Captain Zexleiden's slender fingers moved across the control panel of the scout ship Vigilant Observer *. His large compound eyes reflected the stars outside the view screen. Unknown vessel detected at coordinates 227 to 3984, reported First Officer Meal, her antennae twitching nervously. It doesn't match any known design in our database. Zexleiden nodded. Standard first contact protocol. Approach with caution and perform a non-invasive scan. The Galactic Concorde had encountered 15 different spacefaring species in their 1,000-year history. Each meeting had gone smoothly. The 17 species that made up the Concorde shared similar values: cooperation, harmony, and peaceful exploration. The Vigilant Observer moved silently through space toward the unknown ship. It was smaller than Concorde vessels, but had an unusual design. Angular and efficient. The ship appears to be named UES Thermopylae *, said Science Officer Triel, studying the symbols on the vessel's hull. I'm beginning the scan now. Inside the human warship, Admiral Elena Vasquez stood on the bridge, watching the alien vessel approach. First contact, people, she announced to her crew. This is what we've trained for. Let's make Earth proud. Lieutenant Commander Jackson Chen spoke up from the tactical station. Admiral, they're scanning us. Should we raise shields? Vasquez shook her head. No, that might seem aggressive. Let them scan. Open communications channels. Back on the Vigilant Observer *, the scan results began appearing on screens. Science Officer Triel's six-fingered hand suddenly froze over the controls. Captain, he whispered, you need to see this. Zexleiden moved to the science station and looked at the data. His exoskeleton clicked as he stepped back in shock. Are these readings accurate? He asked. Triple-checked, sir, Triel confirmed. The vessel is filled with weapons systems, but that's not the worst part. The scan had mapped not just the ship's systems, but had collected biological data on the crew. The Concorde's advanced technology could read hormonal levels, neural patterns, and genetic structures. These beings, Triel explained, pointing to the data, have evolved as predators. Their bodies produce chemicals for combat. Their brains have structures dedicated to strategy and aggression. They can intentionally sacrifice individuals for group survival. Captain Zexleiden's mandibles clicked rapidly, a sign of extreme distress among the Vrexians. Pilot, maximum speed away from the human vessel. Communications, send emergency code Alpha 9 to Concorde Command. We have encountered a Class 1 threat species. The Vigilant Observer * suddenly turned and accelerated away at full power. On the Thermopylae *, Admiral Vasquez watched in confusion as the alien ship fled. What just happened? She asked. Did we do something wrong? They completed their scan and immediately left, Chen reported. No response to our hails. Vasquez frowned. Continue trying to establish communication. Follow at a safe distance. Whatever they saw that scared them, we need to clear up this misunderstanding. But the Concorde ship was already gone, racing to warn the 17 species of the Galactic Concorde about the terrifying predators they had just encountered, humans with their warships and their warrior minds. First contact had gone very wrong. The Grand Hall of the Concorde High Council buzzed with frightened voices. Representatives of all 17 species had gathered for this emergency meeting. Holographic displays showed the scanned data from the human ship. Council leader Trelvok, a tall amphibian with smooth blue skin, raised his webbed hand for silence. Captain Zexleiden, please explain what you found, he said. The Vrexian captain stepped forward, his insect-like body still trembling slightly. The vessel we encountered contains beings unlike any we have met before, he explained. They call themselves humans. Their ship, the Thermopylae *, carries enough weapons to destroy a small moon. Gasps filled the chamber. The Concorde species had eliminated warfare thousands of years ago. But the weapons are not what truly concerns me, Zexleiden continued. It's their minds. Our scans show they evolved as pack hunters. They can think in terms of sacrifice and deception, concepts we abandoned long ago. Science Officer Triel displayed more data. Their brains contain structures dedicated to aggression and strategy. They produce chemicals that increase their strength and speed during conflict. And their history, what we could gather from their computer systems, shows endless warfare. "Do they plan to attack us?" asked a representative of the crystal-based Lithosians. "Unknown," replied Zexlatin. "But they followed us after we fled. They could be tracking us now." Meanwhile, aboard the Asterisk, UES Thermopylae Asterisk, Admiral Vasquez called her senior officers to the conference room. "I need explanations," she said. "Why did they run?" Dr. Amara Okafor, the ship's cynoanthropologist, spoke up. The scan they performed was extremely detailed, far beyond our technology. They weren't just looking at our ship, they were examining us down to our cellular structure. "So they saw our weapons and got scared?" asked Lieutenant Commander Chen. Dr. Okafor shook her head. "I think it goes deeper. From the little data we exchange, these aliens may have evolved very differently from humans. They might find our basic nature threatening." Admiral Vasquez looked troubled. "Humanity has fought many wars, yes, but we've learned from them. We came out here to explore and make friends, not enemies." "They don't know that," said Dr. Okafor. "All they saw was a heavily armed vessel with creatures whose bodies and minds are built for survival and competition." Back at Concord headquarters, the Council voted unanimously to declare humans a Class 1 threat, the highest danger level. "We must protect ourselves," declared Fleet Commander Vex Harrow, Zexlatin's superior. "I propose a preemptive strike to neutralize this threat before these humans can organize an attack." Council leader Trelvok looked uncertain. "We have always been a peaceful coalition. Starting a war goes against everything we believe." "With respect, leader," said Vex Harrow, "these humans are already at war. Their entire biology is built for it. We simply recognized it first." The Council reluctantly approved mobilizing the defense fleet, 500 ships, the largest military force assembled in Concord history. On the Asterisk, Thermopylae Asterisk, Admiral Vasquez received a troubling report. "Multiple vessels approaching our position," reported Chen. "Hundreds of them." "Are they preparing to attack?" Vasquez asked. "It looks that way," said Chen. "What are your orders, Admiral?" Vasquez straightened her uniform. "We still try for peace, but ready defensive systems only. We won't fire first." The misunderstanding was about to get much worse. The bridge of the Asterisk, UES Thermopylae Asterisk, was silent except for the soft beeping of instruments. Through the main view screen, Admiral Vasquez watched as hundreds of alien ships surrounded her vessel. They were beautiful, smooth and curved like water drops, glowing with soft blue light. "They've completely boxed us in," reported Lieutenant Commander Chen. "No escape routes." "Keep trying all communication frequencies," Vasquez ordered. "They must understand we mean no harm." Communications Officer Rivera nodded. "Broadcasting peace messages on all channels, Admiral." No response yet. On the Concord command ship, Fleet Commander Vex Harrow studied the human vessel. Unlike Captain Zexlatin, Vex Harrow had never known fear. His exoskeleton was scared from scientific expeditions to dangerous planets, the closest thing to a warrior the Concord had. "The human ship has activated no weapons," reported his second-in-command. "A trick," said Vex Harrow. "The scan data shows they are masters of deception. Prepare a warning shot. Minimal power, aim 3 ship lengths from their hull. Show them our strength." "But sir," protested the weapons officer, Council leader Trelvok suggested peaceful contact first. "I am in command of this fleet." Vex Harrow's mandibles clicked sharply. "Fire the warning shot." Aboard the Asterisk, Thermopylae Asterisk, Chen suddenly straightened at his console. "Energy spike from the lead alien vessel," he called out. They're charging weapons. Vasquez gripped her chair arms. Hold position. No aggressive moves. They're firing, shouted Chen. What happened next shocked everyone, human and Concord alike. Without orders, Chen's fingers flew across his tactical console. Years of training and natural human reflexes took over. The ship's point defense system activated automatically, firing a precise laser burst that intercepted the Concord energy beam before it could pass near the asterisk Thermopylae asterisk. What did you do? Vasquez demanded. Chen looked stunned himself. Instinct, Admiral. The defensive system was on standby. I reacted. On the Concord command ship, alarms blared. Vex Harrow watched in shock as the humans neutralized his warning shot in milliseconds. Impossible, he whispered. Their reaction time. His tactical officer trembled. Sir, they intercepted our beam less than 0.3 seconds after firing. No species has reflexes that fast. The scan data was correct. They are combat-evolved predators. All ships, prepare main weapons, ordered Vex Harrow. Back on the asterisk Thermopylae asterisk, Vasquez knew they had only seconds to act. Emergency jump, she ordered. Get us out of here now. The engines need 30 seconds to charge for jump, replied the navigator. We don't have 30 seconds, said Chen, watching as all alien ships began charging weapons. Dr. Okafor stepped forward. Admiral, let me broadcast a message, not in words, but in simple mathematical sequences. Universal language. Do it, said Vasquez. As Okafor worked frantically, the navigator called out, Jump engines at 50%. The alien ship's weapons reached full charge. Jump engines at 90%. The alien fleet fired. Jump now, shouted Vasquez. Space twisted around the asterisk Thermopylae asterisk as it vanished into faster-than-light travel, the alien energy weapons missing by milliseconds. The human ship had escaped. But now, war seemed inevitable. The asterisk UES Thermopylae asterisk limped through space, its jump engines cooling after the emergency escape. On the bridge, Admiral Vasquez called an urgent meeting of her senior staff. We need to understand what just happened, she said, her face serious. Dr. Okafor, what can you tell us about these aliens? The xenanthropologist adjusted her glasses. From the limited data we exchanged, they call themselves the Galactic Concord. 17 different species united as one society. And they tried to kill us because? Asked Chen. I don't think they wanted to kill us. At least not at first, said Dr. Okafor. The initial shot missed us deliberately, but your defensive reaction frightened them. Vasquez frowned. Frightened them. We only defended ourselves. That's just it, Dr. Okafor explained. I've analyzed their biological readings from our brief encounter. These species all evolved very differently from humans. They appear to be prey species or plant eaters who developed intelligence without going through a predator phase. The room fell silent as everyone considered this. You mean they never hunted? Never fought wars? Asked Rivera. Exactly, said Dr. Okafor. Their brains don't have the same structures ours do. They don't understand concepts like sacrificing some for the many or strategic deception. So when they scanned us, began Vasquez, they saw creatures whose bodies and minds are built for something they abandoned or never experienced, finished Dr. Okafor. To them, we're terrifying. Back on Earth, the Seoul Defense Command headquarters buzzed with activity. Admiral Vasquez's report had created a crisis. Generals, scientists, and government officials gathered to discuss the situation. This is a disaster, said General Rodriguez, pounding the table. Humanity's first contact, and they think we're monsters. We need to prepare our defenses, said another official. If they attacked one ship, they might send a fleet next. Dr. Lai, Earth's leading xenobiologist, shook her head. No, if we respond with military force, we'll only confirm their fears about us. We need to show them who we really are. "And who are we?" asked General Rodriguez. "Yes, humans evolved as predators. Yes, we fought many wars," said Dr. Lai. "But we also write poetry. We care for the sick. We protect the weak. We've turned our competitive nature toward sports and art and science. Our ability to fight makes our choice for peace even more meaningful." Meanwhile, across the galaxy, the Concord High Council had declared a full quarantine of human space. Ships were positioned at strategic points to prevent any human vessels from reaching Concord worlds. Fleet Commander Vex Harrow addressed the council. "The humans must be contained. Their ship escaped our warning, using reaction times that should be biologically impossible. They are a danger to our entire way of life." Council leader Trelvok looked troubled. "But is war inevitable? We have never started a conflict in our history." "We wouldn't be starting it," replied Vex Harrow. "These humans have been fighting wars for their entire existence. To them, this is natural. If we wait, they will strike first." The council voted to approve planning for a preemptive strike against Earth. Only Trelvok and a few others abstained. Two civilizations, separated by biology and history, both preparing for a war that neither truly wanted. But a small group on each side was beginning to wonder, could there be another way? Captain Mira Patel stood before the Seoul Defense Command, her dark eyes showing no fear despite the dangerous mission she was proposing. "We need information," she said simply. "We can't make peace with the Concord if we don't understand them better." Admiral Vasquez nodded in agreement. "What do you suggest, Captain?" "My ship, the *Shadowdancer*, was built for stealth operations. We can slip past their blockade, reach one of their worlds, and gather intelligence without being detected." General Rodriguez frowned. "That's extremely risky. If they catch you, it could start the war we're trying to avoid." "And if we do nothing," replied Captain Patel, "war seems inevitable anyway." 3 days later, the *Shadowdancer* slipped silently through space. The small vessel was painted with light-absorbing material and had special engines that left almost no energy signature. Captain Patel and her crew of 5 specialists had trained for years for missions like this. "We're approaching the edge of Concord space," reported Lieutenant Garcia, the navigator. "Their patrol ships are exactly where our scans predicted." "Activate full stealth mode," ordered Captain Patel. "We'll slip between those 2 patrol routes." The *Shadowdancer* moved slowly, taking 14 hours to pass the patrol line. Finally, they'd reached a small Concord outpost world, a moon orbiting a gas giant. "Perfect," said Captain Patel. "Not heavily populated, but should have communication centers. We'll hide in the moon's shadow and use our long-range scanners." For 3 days, they watched and listened, intercepting Concord communications and studying their movements. Using advanced computer programs, they began to translate the aliens' languages. "Captain, you need to see this," said Communications Officer Wong on the 3rd day. "We've decoded their central database transmissions." Captain Patel looked at the translated data and felt her heart sink. "They've completely misunderstood us. The Concord believed humans were artificially created super soldiers. They had intercepted Earth's entertainment broadcasts and thought human movies and TV shows were historical records of constant warfare. "They think we're coming to conquer them," said Wong. "They're terrified." Suddenly, alarms blared through the ship. "Patrol vessel approaching," called Garcia. "They've altered course. I think they detected something." "Prepare for emergency jump," ordered Captain Patel. "Download as much data as possible before we go." As the Concord ship came closer, the *Shadowdancer* worked frantically to collect final pieces of intelligence. They discovered one crucial fact: the location of the Concord central meeting place, where their leaders gathered. "Jump engines ready," reported Garcia. 5 more seconds, said Wong, eyes fixed on the downloading data. The Concord ship fired a scanning beam that almost touched the *Shadowdancer*. "Jump now," ordered Captain Patel. The small ship vanished just as the Concorde vessel arrived where they had been hiding. They had escaped and brought vital information with them. Back on Earth, Captain Patel delivered her report to the Seoul Defense Command. "We can't win a war against them. They have too many ships," she explained. "But we might be able to end this conflict before it begins with one bold move." "What move?" asked Admiral Vasquez. Captain Patel took a deep breath. "We need to meet their leaders face to face, and I know exactly where to find them." The plan was risky. Admiral Vasquez stood in the center of the Thermopyla's bridge, watching her crew prepare for what might be a one-way mission. "All weapons systems powered down," reported Lieutenant Commander Chen. "Shields deactivated," added another officer. Vasquez nodded. "Status of the escort vessel." "The Unity is in position," replied Communications Officer Rivera. "President Martinez and the Earth delegation are aboard and ready." This was humanity's bold move. Approached the Concorde with their most important ship completely defenseless, escorted by a vessel carrying Earth's highest leaders. It was either brilliant diplomacy or the biggest mistake in human history. "All ships report ready, Admiral," said Rivera. Vasquez took a deep breath. "Send the message to the Concorde in all their languages, using the translations Captain Patel brought back. Then take us into their territory, slowly." Meanwhile, in the great meeting hall of the Concorde, Council Leader Trelvok received urgent news. "Human vessels have entered our space," Leader reported a nervous aide. "They are broadcasting on all frequencies." Fleet Commander Vex Harrow pushed forward. "This is the attack I warned about. Order the fleet to intercept immediately." "Wait," said Trelvok, his webbed hand raised. "What exactly are they broadcasting?" The aide displayed the message, translated into the common Concorde language. "We come unarmed. We seek understanding, not conflict. Our leaders wish to meet yours. Scan our vessels. You will find no active weapons." "It's a trick," insisted Vex Harrow. "These humans are masters of deception." Captain Zexlatin, who had first encountered the humans, stepped forward. "Commander, our scans show they speak the truth. Their warship has all systems powered down. They are completely vulnerable." "Why would predators make themselves vulnerable?" asked another council member. Trelvok's amphibian eyes blinked slowly. "Perhaps they are more than just predators." Against the protests of military advisors, Council Leader Trelvok ordered a small delegation to meet the humans at a neutral location, an uninhabited moon at the edge of Concorde space. Security would be tight, but diplomacy would be given a chance. The Thermopyla and Unity arrived at the meeting point first. Soon after, 3 Concorde vessels appeared. "This is it," said Admiral Vasquez to her crew. "History depends on what happens next." In a temporary structure built on the moon's surface, humans and Concorde representatives faced each other for the first time. The aliens varied in shape and size: insectoid Vrexians, amphibious Melosians, crystalline Lithosians, and others. President Martinez stepped forward. Unlike the military uniform of Admiral Vasquez, she wore simple civilian clothes to appear less threatening. "We thank you for meeting with us," she said, as translators converted her words. "We regret the misunderstanding that has brought us to this point." Council Leader Trelvok studied the humans carefully. "Your kind frightens us," he admitted. "Your bodies and minds are built for things we abandoned long ago." "Yes," agreed Martinez. "We evolved as predators. We fought many wars, but that is not all we are." She gestured to Admiral Vasquez. "We could have come with weapons ready. Instead, we made ourselves vulnerable to show our desire for peace." For the first time, a flicker of genuine curiosity showed in Trelvok's large eyes. "Perhaps," he said, "we should listen to what you have to say." The meeting room was tense. Humans sat on one side of a long table, Concorde representatives on the other. Dr. Amara Okafor joined President Martinez and Admiral Vasquez as humanity's representatives. "We would like to understand why you find us so frightening," said President Martinez. Council leader Trelvok's translator converted his musical language into English. "Your scans revealed minds capable of violence, deception, and self-sacrifice. These concepts are difficult for us." Dr. Okafor leaned forward. "May I explain how humans evolved?" Trelvok nodded, his amphibian skin glistening under the lights. "Humans came from a world with many predators," explained Dr. Okafor. "We survived by working together, but also by being able to fight when necessary. Our capacity for strategy and sacrifice kept us alive." "But you still have weapons," said a crystalline Lithosian representative, light reflecting through her transparent body. "Your entertainment shows endless fighting." "We tell stories about conflict because we try to understand it," said Dr. Okafor. "We create art about war because we wish to avoid it." The Concord representatives looked confused. Admiral Vasquez spoke up. "Let me show you something." She took out a small case and opened it, revealing a medal. "This was my grandfather's. He received it for saving 20 fellow soldiers by drawing enemy fire away from them. He was badly wounded but survived." The Concord representatives looked shocked. "He intentionally put himself in danger?" asked Captain Zexlatin. "Yes," said Vasquez. "We call it courage." "And you honor this behavior?" asked Trelvok. "We do," replied President Martinez. "Not because we love violence, but because we value those who protect others." The Concord representatives spoke among themselves in their various languages. Finally, Trelvok turned back to the humans. "Our evolution was very different," he explained. "Our worlds had few predators. We survived by cooperation, not competition. The concept of sacrificing one for many never developed in our minds." "That's why you were horrified by our scan results," said Dr. Okafor with sudden understanding. "Yes," admitted Trelvok. "To us, your minds appeared monstrous." A long silence followed. Then Dr. Okafor had an idea. "There is a way we might truly understand each other," she said carefully. "Our scan data shows that some Concord species have limited telepathic abilities. Would it be possible to create a direct mental link between volunteers from both sides?" The Concord representatives looked stunned by the suggestion. "What you propose has never been attempted between different species," said Trelvok. "It would be dangerous," added Zexlatin. "Your predator thoughts might overwhelm our minds. Or your peaceful thoughts might change ours for the better," suggested President Martinez. After much debate, 3 humans, Dr. Okafor, a poet named Maya Wilson, and a doctor named James Chen, volunteered to link with 3 Concord representatives. "This is either the beginning of true understanding," said Admiral Vasquez as the volunteers prepared, "or the biggest disaster in interspecies relations." The volunteers sat in a circle as Concord scientists set up their equipment. For the first time, human and alien minds would directly connect: predator and prey, warrior and peacemaker, Earth and Concord. No one knew what would happen next. The room was silent as the 6 volunteers sat in a circle, 3 humans and 3 aliens. Concord scientists adjusted glowing devices placed between them. Dr. Amara Okafor took deep, steady breaths, preparing her mind for the unknown experience ahead. "The link will begin slowly," explained a Malosian scientist, his webbed hands moving delicately over the equipment. "First just surface thoughts, then deeper understanding." Maya Wilson, the human poet, nodded nervously. Dr. James Chen, the human doctor, closed his eyes in concentration. The 3 Concord volunteers, a Phyrexian, a Malosian, and a plant-like Florian, remained perfectly still. "Beginning mind link now," announced the scientist. The devices glowed brighter. At first, nothing seemed to happen. Then Dr. Okafor gasped as foreign thoughts touched her mind. Peace, harmony, unity, asterisk. The thoughts of the Concord beings were like gentle waves washing through her consciousness. There was no anger, no fear, no competitive drive. just a deep sense of belonging to something larger. The Vrexian volunteer suddenly trembled, his compound eyes widening as human thoughts reached him. Asterisk determination, courage, sacrifice. Asterisk. For the first time, he understood these concepts not as threats, but as noble qualities. He felt the human desire to protect others, even at personal cost. It was overwhelming but beautiful. The link deepened. The human volunteers experienced the Concord harmony, how their species evolved by sharing and cooperation rather than competition. The Concord volunteers experienced human passion, how love, courage, and even controlled aggression had helped humanity survive and create art, music, and literature. Maya Wilson began to cry as she felt the perfect unity of Concord consciousness. Dr. Chen's face showed wonder as he understood how Concord medicine treated the whole community as one body. After 20 minutes, the scientists ended the link. The 6 volunteers sat in silence, forever changed by what they had experienced. "I never understood," whispered the Vrexian, "how sacrifice could be beautiful." "And I never knew," replied Dr. Okafor, "that such perfect harmony was possible." Council leader Trelvok and President Martinez watched with hope as the volunteers shared their experiences with the larger group. For the first time, true understanding seemed possible between the two civilizations. But outside the meeting room, Fleet Commander Vex Harrow paced angrily. He had not participated in the mind link and remained convinced that humans were dangerous. "This is all a trick," he told his loyal officers. "These predators are manipulating us. They've somehow controlled the minds of our volunteers." "But sir," objected one officer, "the scans show the link was genuine." "Humans are masters of deception," insisted Vex Harrow. "I won't let them destroy everything we've built." He made a decision that would change everything. Without council approval, he ordered 3 ships under his command to power up weapons and target the defenseless human vessels. "Sir, this is against council orders," protested his second-in-command. "I'm protecting the Concord," replied Vex Harrow. "History will thank me." As understanding grew inside the meeting room, Vex Harrow's ships moved into attack position, targeting the powerless Thermopylae *. The bridge between minds had been built, but peace remained in terrible danger. Alarms blared on the bridge of the Thermopylae *. Lieutenant Garcia, left in command while Admiral Vasquez attended the diplomatic meeting, looked at the tactical display with growing horror. 3 Concord vessels breaking formation, he reported to the skeleton crew. "They're charging weapons and targeting us." "Can we get shields online?" asked a nervous ensign. Garcia shook his head. "Not in time. All systems are powered down per Admiral's orders." He hit the emergency communication button. "Lieutenant Garcia to Admiral Vasquez. We have hostile ships approaching. Request instructions." In the meeting room, the peaceful atmosphere shattered as Vasquez's communicator beeped urgently. Before she could respond, Concord communication devices also activated with emergency signals. Council leader Trelvok received the message and stood up, his blue skin turning pale. "Commander Vex Harrow has ordered ships to attack your vessels. This was not authorized." "My ship is defenseless," said Vasquez, already running for the door. "Those are my people up there." Trelvok turned to his guards. "Order all loyal Concord ships to protect the human vessels. Commander Vex Harrow has committed treason against the Council's orders." Chaos erupted as both human and Concord leaders rushed to prevent disaster. Admiral Vasquez reached her shuttle first, racing toward the Thermopylae *, with President Martinez close behind. "We can't get weapons online in time," reported the pilot. "Then we use what we have," said Vasquez grimly. "Get me close to my ship." On the bridge of the Thermopylae *, Lieutenant Garcia watched as the attacking ships came into firing range. Suddenly, his communications officer called out, "Sir, Concord vessels are moving to intercept the attacking ships. They're trying to protect us." The view screen showed several Concorde ships positioning themselves between the Thermopylae and Vex Arrow's attackers. Space lit up as energy weapons fired. One loyal Concorde ship took heavy damage. "Admiral Vasquez's shuttle is approaching," reported another officer. "Open shuttle bay doors," ordered Garcia. But Commander Vex Arrow's lead ship had broken through the defensive line. It targeted the Thermopylae's bridge and prepared to fire. Admiral Vasquez saw this from her approaching shuttle. In that moment, she made a decision that would change everything. "Pilot, full speed toward that attacking ship," she ordered. "Position us between it and the Thermopylae's bridge." "Admiral, that would put us directly in the line of fire," protested the pilot. "Exactly," said Vasquez. "Do it now." The small shuttle accelerated, placing itself directly between the attacking Concorde ship and the Thermopylae's bridge. Vex Arrow's vessel fired its main weapon. The energy beam struck the shuttle, severely damaging it, but absorbing the blast that would have destroyed the Thermopylae's bridge. Admiral Vasquez was thrown across the cabin, badly injured but alive. From his command ship, Council Leader Trelvok watched in shock as the human leader willingly placed herself in harm's way to protect her crew. "All ships target Commander Vex Arrow's vessel," he ordered. "Disable their weapons." The battle lines were now clearly drawn, not between species, but between those who chose fear and those who chose understanding. As Admiral Vasquez's damaged shuttle drifted in space, medical teams from both human and Concorde ships raced to save her life. Admiral Elena Vasquez opened her eyes slowly. She was lying in a strange room with curved walls that glowed with soft blue light. The air smelled like ocean and flowers. She tried to sit up but felt a sharp pain in her side. "Please remain still, Admiral," said a gentle voice. A Malosian doctor moved to her bedside, webbed hands checking monitors. "You are healing well, but need rest." "My crew?" asked Vasquez, her voice weak. "All safe," the doctor assured her. "Your actions saved many lives, human and Concorde." 2 weeks had passed since the battle. Vasquez had been treated in the Concorde's most advanced medical facility. Her shuttle had absorbed the blast meant for the Thermopylae's bridge, and she had nearly died from her injuries. The door opened, and Council Leader Trelvok entered with President Martinez. "Admiral," said Martinez with a warm smile, "good to see you awake." Trelvok approached the bed, his amphibian eyes blinking slowly. "You placed yourself in danger to protect others." "I have never witnessed such an action before. Any of my crew would have done the same," said Vasquez simply. "That is what we now understand," replied Trelvok. "What we first saw as terrifying, your capacity for sacrifice, we now recognize as something beautiful." President Martinez explained what had happened after the battle. Commander Vex Arrow had been arrested for treason. The MindLink experiences had been shared throughout the Concorde. Most importantly, a formal alliance between Earth and the Galactic Concorde was being prepared. "You should see the Thermopylae now," said Martinez. "Concorde engineers have been helping our crew rebuild it with their technology." "They have?" asked Vasquez in surprise. Trelvok nodded. "Your ship will be the first of a new fleet, vessels crewed by both humans and Concorde species. You showed us that the qualities we feared in humans are exactly what the galaxy needs." 1 month later, Admiral Vasquez stood on the bridge of the newly rebuilt Thermopylae. The ship now combined both human and Concorde technology. Most striking was the crew, humans working alongside members of various Concorde species. Lieutenant Commander Chen managed tactical systems with a Phyrexian assistant. Dr. Okafor headed a mixed-species science team. Even the ship's mess hall had been redesigned to accommodate the dietary needs of 17 different species. "All systems ready, Admiral," reported Chen. Vasquez took her place in the command chair. Beside her stood Captain Zex Latin, The same Vrexian who had first scanned the Thermopylae and fled in terror. Now he served as her first officer and advisor on Concord matters. "Where to, Admiral?" he asked, his once frightening insect features now familiar and friendly. Vasquez looked at the view screen showing the stars beyond. "There are reports of unusual activity in the Perseus arm. Possibly a new species or something else." "Something potentially dangerous?" asked Zexlatin. "Possibly," admitted Vasquez. "But whatever's out there, we'll face it together." She addressed the diverse bridge crew. "The Concord brings wisdom, harmony, and cooperation. Humanity brings courage, determination, and sacrifice. Together, there's nothing we can't handle." Vasquez gave the order that would begin a new chapter in galactic history. "Take us out." The Thermopylae moved gracefully into deep space, carrying the combined strengths of two civilizations that had once feared each other, but now formed an unbeatable alliance. What had begun with terror had ended with understanding, and the stars themselves seemed brighter for it.